So one of the best games ever created, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, is about to receive a next-gen upgrade on December 14th, and of course it features a whole bunch of new content for fans, as well as several improvements to the existing game to make it that much better. The great news for longtime fans of the game is that if they already own a copy of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the upgrade is completely free. And yes, that's for any version of the game that exists right now. And if you don't own a copy of the game yet, it's not a problem. You'll be able to purchase the complete edition with all expansion packs and DLCs on pretty much any platform. That's PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. A physical release will be coming at a later date. Sadly, it isn't all good news for fans, as many of the mods that have become favorites over the past few years won't work anymore with this upgrade. Okay, but what mods won't work? To summarize, it's mainly those that rely heavily on scripts. Let's be real, the last major update to the game took place about 6 years ago, so that's a long time. It just isn't realistic to think that everything can be perfectly preserved in the upgrade, and that's just because technology has advanced and things have changed. Does this mean that CD Projekt Red has completely ignored fans? No. They're very aware of the situation. So for this reason, a lot of mods that are fan favorites have been baked into the next-gen update. If you're worried about the mod creators themselves, CD Projekt Red did get their permission and have reimbursed them, and they will be credited in the updated game. As for those mods that are not fan favorites, concerned modders should be able to work with CD Projekt Red in order to make their mods compatible with the next-gen update. But this will likely only happen via forums once the update has released. Now, as for updates to the actual game, there are several. Probably the most prominent of these is a set of DLCs inspired by Netflix's The Witcher series. That means a couple of new weapons for Geralt, as well as some new sets of armor and a few alternative looks for certain characters. I'm not actually sure how I feel about this. I mean, I know there's creative license and all that, but to me it feels like the creators of the Netflix show have taken some real liberties and even misled fans at times. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, Henry Cavill, the actor who plays Geralt in the series, announced that he would not be taking up the sword again for Season 4. Cavill himself is a die-hard Witcher fan, so many viewers simply cannot see any other actor taking his place. What I'm trying to point out here is the fact that the Netflix series hasn't really done much justice to the source material. So CD Projekt Red creating DLCs based on the series seems a little bit counterintuitive. I'm also not trying to say that the Netflix series is necessarily bad or that it isn't entertaining, I'm just not necessarily saying that it's particularly accurate. But it also stands to reason that CD Projekt Red is probably trying to reach out to a new audience, many of whom are fans of the Netflix series. Is this bound to create some kind of divide between fans? It's possible, but as fandoms change and evolve over time, this kind of stuff is just inevitable. At the end of the day, whether you love or hate the DLCs, they will be included in the update, so there you go. Now, what about actual updates and additions that fans requested? Have they all been taken into consideration? As it appears, no. From a lot of the social media posts and forums I've been checking out, it seems that one of the most requested features from fans isn't going to be part of the update. The cloak you see Geralt wearing in the trailer, that isn't going to be part of the update. Yep, it's a real disappointment for many fans, and especially for those fans who play on console. I'm not really sure I understand this move, but apparently it's a lot harder to implement cloaks than you think. I wouldn't lose heart completely over this one, as CD Projekt Red is supposed to be listening to fans, so if everybody keeps making a big enough stink about this, then you very well might see a cloak added in a future update. Some other observations from fans on how to improve the game include a better climbing mechanic. There are several instances where fans try to jump across and climb up something and just end up falling to their deaths. I've also seen a couple of comments from fans talking about making The Witcher more survival-like, as in Geralt needs to be able to eat and sleep in order to survive. Now, this really doesn't seem too difficult at all, and it would be a really nice and easy way to make the game that much more immersive. While it may not resonate with all fans, I'm sure there's a good crop of people who would really appreciate this. While these additions and enhancements may not be coming in the next-gen update, it's entirely possible that we will see them in the not-too-distant future. Obviously, I could go on and on about the graphics and gameplay and how those have improved, but there's plenty of videos for you to check out about that. Now, if you're not quite ready for this next-gen update, you should be able to disable automatic updates in the game itself, and if you can, I would recommend making some backups too, just in case. Something that is very cool about this next-gen update is that you'll be able to carry over your saves to different platforms. Right now that includes PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch. So far it seems that the next-gen update has been well received by the community, even if there is a bit of uncertainty still floating around. Either way, it's going to be great to experience The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt in 4K with ray tracing and all that other good stuff. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Next Gen update will release on 14th December and will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So what are your thoughts on the Witcher 3 Next Gen update? Do you agree with what I've said? Or do you have different views on the matter? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell so we can continue to bring you hot new content on the regular. Later!